Hello everyone. My name is Fang Tianyu. Welcome to Apple Store, an authorized Apple retail store. Today, I will show you a complete ERP business process about sales, material management and production planning. ERP systems contribute to clear optimization of Apple retail operations management. Let's find it out.
One day Anna went to the Apple Store and she wanted to buy the iPhone 16.
Welcome to the Apple Store. Can I help you?
I want to buy the iPhone 16. Is the iPhone 16 sold out?
I'm sorry, but the iPhone 16 is currently sold out. If you want it, you will need wait a long time for it.
Why does it take so long? Isn't Apple is one of the biggest tech companies?
Because it's a new model, so it out of stock very fast.
Then Anna is back to home.
Anna, what's wrong with you?
I don't understand. Why buying an iPhone need to wait so long?
Multiple stages during the supply chain process serve as the core reasons for these issues. Let me explain to you. First, Apple starts with pre-sales activities. They collect data on customer demand and forecast how many iPhones they need. After pre-sales, the sales order is placed. When you went to the store, your request was part of the sales order process. But it doesn't stop there. First, they need to order materials and send them to the contract manufacturers, such as Foxconn, who handle the final assembly of the new phones.
Hello, we need to place an additional order for more raw materials to support the production of the latest iPhone. Please confirm the delivery schedule as soon as possible.
And for the purchase requisition, the Apple internal document requesting essential raw materials, including chips and displays, to support iPhone production and meet demand. This page showcases the key components sourced for iPhone production, including the A-series processor, OLED screen, lithium-ion battery, aluminum and glass materials, and the logic board. Each part is carefully selected by the iPhone to ensure their high performance, nice quality. A long-term contract is a legally binding agreement between two or more parties that extends over an extended period, typically months or years, rather than a single transaction. This slide explains how vendors are selected for sourcing materials and components. The key factors include innovation and technology, quality standards, cost efficiency, sustainability and ethics, and production capacity. These criteria ensure reliable and high-quality sourcing for production. And for the purchase order, once a supplier is chosen, Apple places a purchase order specifying quantity, delivery schedule, and terms. This ensures alignment between Apple and the supplier. The purchase order demands all vital information that Apple needs for their procurement activities. The document contains descriptions of all items alongside their required materials, which are accompanied by the specified quantities and accurate pricing, as well as delivery information and payment conditions and vendor identification. The document includes vendor information and delivery method, as well as payment terms and delivery date provisions to help streamline both logistics coordination and vendor-supplier processes. The order number serves as a tracking tool to manage purchases efficiently and enable smooth supply chain operations within Apple's business. The next is about the vendor shipment step. Main suppliers in the Apple supply chain handle component production along with distribution to production facilities. In this cartoon we can see the factory workers are loading cargo labeled fragile onto a transport truck, ensuring that Apple product components are safely delivered to the Apple's major suppliers, such as Foxconn and Pegatron. Receive these chips, displays, and batteries, ultimately completing the assembly of iPhones. Then the Apple's factories receive and inspect the shipments to ensure they meet strict quality standards. Any defective items are rejected or returned. If no problem with the materials, the vendor sends an invoice to Apple, detailing the cost of the delivered components. This step is to ensure no issue for financial records. After check the goods and invoice, Apple processes payment to the supplier based on the agreed contract terms.
Wow. Now I understand that.
Okay, then I will explain the next step to you. This step is about the production planning. The first is analyzing market demand, understanding what customers want and how much they need. The second is sales forecast, predicting future sales based on trends and data. The last is about the available resources, checking the materials, labor, and equipment needed for production. This page is about the bills of material, and it lists down all the important parts needed to make a smartphone, like the chip, screen, battery, cameras, body materials, and network modules. This is about routing, which explains how the iPhone is assembled. It includes what is done, where it happens, when it happens, and how it's done. Different manufacturing areas that comprise work centers represent the core element of this system. The production process consists of distinct stages like chip fabrication in addition to screen manufacturing and battery production and camera assembly with metal/glass fabrication and module integration, which are necessary for creating smartphones. Apple examines sales statistics with business patterns and customer requirements to maximize production output, while the CEO collaborates with the CFO and marketing director to transport Apple products to the market successfully for ongoing expansion. Capacity planning establishes efficient production by delegating the management of workforce along with equipment as well as materials and manufacturing flow to reach optimal output levels. The production timeline needs finalization for authorizing work orders, which is performed in this step. The finale step ensures machines as well as employees and materials are prepared for production continuity. This step is about the manufacturing guidelines, blueprints, and process documents are provided to factories. In iPhone manufacturing, workers will gather aluminum, glass, chips, and batteries. These materials are sent to the production line. Everything is checked to ensure smooth assembly. And then the assembled Apple products undergo strict quality control and testing. Each product is checked for defects and performance issues before approval. Devices that pass testing move to the packaging phase. And then the finished iPhones will stored in Apple's global distribution centers. Essential from large storage facilities arrange their inventory by intended delivery locations. Apple prepares for global distribution to retail stores and online orders. After manufacturing finishes, the iPhone 16 becomes available in storage at warehouse facilities until the time of its commercial release. Apple achieves profits through a combination of determining the total costs combined with a suitable market price. The iPhone 16 creation costs Apple both basic production components, chips, battery, screen, and employee payment expenses, while additional operating costs, rent, electricity, and machine maintenance, become part of the calculation. Apple establishes pricing above total production costs in order to generate profit. Price adjustments enable the company to increase its profits. After those steps, staff will pick the iPhone 16 that meets the order requirements, ensuring the correct model, color, and storage capacity. And for the pack-up step, the selected iPhone will go through the packaging process, which includes adding protective materials to ensure it remains undamaged during transportation. When an iPhone is delivered to a customer, employees update their inventory with the corresponding number of iPhones. The purchase device along with order number and payment amount will be delivered through electronic invoice from Apple to pre-order customers. If the customer chooses cash on delivery, Apple waits for the logistics company to collect the payment before completing the transaction. For card or online payments, the system records the payment instantly and finalizes the order. And this is the final page. So for this video we introduce the Apple's ERP system optimizes sales, material management, and production planning. Each phase beginning with forecasting demand and extending to procurement operations and assembly work and order completion ensures efficient delivery of products.